Hi, I'm Steve Jabba, and if you come here, you want to get pussy, don't you? But you need to watch the Steve Jabba Show.
And now, from the south coast of Spain, your host, Steve Jabba.
So another question almost tangentially related to extraction, and I'll read the question out to you. So, question on getting a girl home. So this is the question. I don't have a problem to ask a girl if she comes home with me, but I may ask one time, she responds, I'm not that kind of girl, and it's game over. How do you avoid that? How can you be so persistent and get her home even when she's with a friend or friends, right? So I think there's two elements to this. There's an element of empathy, and there's an element of social calibration, okay? So if we were to take an example of a nightclub situation, and let's deal with the one with the friends first, okay? So I've been in situations like this, girls with her friends, and you want to take her home and shag her, okay? So there's a few things you need to do. First of all is you need to get the friends on side, okay? So if I'm in a nightclub situation, I see a girl I like, I go up and introduce myself. I usually go straight to the girl, direct to her, and I'll talk to her. I'm pretty sexual pretty quickly, that's kind of my game. But in a way which is not sleazy, okay? And there are other videos that I've talked about that, so I can't go into that with too much detail, but it's kind of full on sexual, but with some comfort built in there as well, okay? So she's getting excited, things are going well, and then the friends are there as well, right? So what I make a point of doing is actually taking her over to her friends and introducing myself, and I always try and get them on side, okay? Now, you don't do this in a creepy way, you don't like try and like, me too, you know, like a faggot. You maintain your frame as a masculine guy, you have a bit of a joke with them, you say, look, your friend's pretty hot, you know, I like your mate, she's very cute, you know, something like that, and disarm them before they can become a problem, okay? You need to get them on side. So the way that social pressure works in that environment, if you don't get them on side, the girl, even if she really likes you, is unlikely to go home with you or to do anything with you at that moment in time, because the friends are going to cock block you, okay? So you need to get them on side, and it's best to do that as quickly as possible, and do it fairly soon, you know, like within a few minutes, you know. So do that. Don't be too rushed to get her away from her friends. You know, hang around there a little bit, talk to them, but lightly, you know, maintain contact with her. You know, like your arm on the back of her hip, you know, on a hip, or you know, in the small of her back, that kind of thing. Gentle touches, give her a little kiss every now and again. You know, in a very comfort way. You know, if you like this girl, and you like the look of her, and you're in that kind of little love bubble in that moment, then it'd be quite a natural thing for you to do, okay? So don't rush it, don't get stressy about it. And at an opportune moment, take her away from the friends, sit her down, and then just sit with her and talk with her. Or even if her friends are there as well, you can still sort of position yourself so that you're next to her physically, so that the friends aren't in the way and you're kind of just addressing her rather than the friends, you know? Talk to her, and build this love bubble. I call it the love bubble. Build this connection with her, okay? So that's a big video, how to build a connection with a girl. But you move away from the phase of, you know, full-on sexuality, getting all excited. Slow it down, slow the movements down, slow down the speech. Talk to her, just get to know her as a person. Tell her how much you like her, emphasize that. And when it comes to the extraction point, because you've disarmed the friends, you'll be able to more smoothly broach the subject of getting out of there, you know. When it comes to the subject of getting her out of the venue, sometimes if her friends really like you, they'll actually encourage her to go with you. Sometimes that's happened to me before. But they won't block you as much as if you were just like acting like a horn dog and trying to get her out of there straight away. It's okay. So maybe chat with her for an hour and a half, something like that. Very comfort, very slow, more languid. And when it comes to the extraction point, don't say something like, listen, I want to take you home and fuck, you know. You can throw in little spikes to get her excited and stuff, but then you need to like take 2 steps forward with that, and then pull back a bit, and actually show control in pulling back by knowing that she's getting excited, knowing that she'll get off with you and you can even play with a pussy in that inside the venue, all right? But that's what amateurs do. You need to take 2 steps back from that and then show control, pull back and say something like, listen, this is not in here, this is no good, you know? So emphasize the comfort when you're trying to get her extracted, you know? Something like, listen, it's noisy in here, it's loud, I want to spend some time with you, I want to get out of here, let's go, you know? If she says, where are we going, getting all panicked and I say, I don't know, we'll go and get some food, come on, let's go. Have a plan in mind and be very calm about it. When the friends are there, don't get all excited like a puppy dog. You know, pay attention to the friends as you're leaving. Even give them a little kiss on the cheek, something like that, and then just walk out the venue with her, okay? So basically it involves being persistent, disarming the friends before they can become an issue, spending time with the friends, you know, even in proximity to them while you're with the girl, slowing down the movements, not getting too excited, don't go too far in the club, don't be touching a pussy, all that kind of thing. Maybe put her legs over yours and all that kind of thing, but then take them off again. You know, stroke her face, very comfort building, that kind of thing. Give it an hour and a half, and that's the kind of time frame that you want to be aiming for the extraction point. Now the other way of doing it is, if you're with like some mates and that kind of thing, is everybody bundles off at the same time and then you go to like an after eat place and then you just sort of take her home after that. But that's, if you're on your own and you're doing it solo, that's how I do it, to extract a girl away from the group. It doesn't work all the time. I mean, just the nature of the social dynamics mean that they're just not going to go home with you that night. But, you know, just remember, if you do all this stuff, like you spend an hour and a half with her, she's more than likely going to see you again, because guys just don't do that in nightclubs, okay? So you don't have to be so pressured to get her on that night, okay? It's actually better to have sex with a girl like the next day or on a date or on the second or third date. And if you do like this girl, she's more likely to stick around, and just the general feeling and vibe is better if you do it that way, okay? So don't be, if it's just not going to happen, you make a judgment call, it's not going to happen, just relax, chill out a bit, focus on her, and then just make sure you see her again, you know? Simple.